we went off to America. And it was while in America we worked with the American forces. We were doing specialty trials on the Harrier jump jet, which the Americans were buying at that time. And we were testing a new landing system, British-made landing system, which we was trying to sell to the Americans. And as you may or may not know, the Navy tend to be used as a, we call ourselves Britain's little ambassadors, because we are often sent to places to, show the flag, etc., etc. So anyway, we're doing these trials, and we came into Norfolk, and the Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Nimitz were just up from where we were parked, either side of a jetty. And I'll never forget when I first arrived, I looked at these two huge great carriers, and I thought, dearie me, you could do with a few of them. I walked up, and I'm standing between these two great carriers, the Dwight D. and the Nimitz. And this American Marine who was on duty on the gangway of the Dwight D., in fact, he came down and he saluted me, which I told him he needn't do because I'm just a petty officer. And he said, well, you're a Brit, aren't you? I said, yeah, I'm a Brit. He said, would you like to have a look round the aircraft carrier? And I said, well, I'd love to. I said, but there's one problem. He said, what's that? I said, I'm only here for a week. Which went straight over his head, only here for a week. So anyway, we did work with the American forces. We didn't work with the Nimitz as such, but the Nimitz crew decided they would take us under their wing. They would look after us. They would make sure we had everything we needed, and they did. And I'd been warned about this on the way across, and I remember thinking to myself, well, nobody's that good. But in fact, they were brilliant. And if you needed transport, they'd try and find you transport, or they'd take you there yourself, wherever you was going. And of course, then what surprised me, if I would walk into a bar with a friend, my mate Charlie, who was my run-ashore oppo, as I call him, we'd walk into a bar, we'd order a pint. As soon as we opened our mouths with an English accent, gee, you British or something? Would you like a beer? You have a beer on us? Yeah. We couldn't spend money. They were so good to us, the Nimitz guys, and everybody really, and I was so impressed. And then eventually we left, and we went back to the UK, and